And you are welcome. This is going to be very exciting, I can tell you from the start already, because finally joining us is none other than Anuli Agaju. She's a scriptwriter, producer, executive producer, and the brilliant mind behind the movie Praise Party, which you've just seen the trailer for, which we're going to be talking about today. Welcome, Anuli. Did I get that right? It's Anuli Agaju.
Yep.
Agaju is correct. The name sounds familiar, but I'm not going to go into that yet. But you're welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Praise party. What's a praise party?
A praise party.
Exactly what it is? Is it?
It is what it is.
What?
But there's something behind it.
drama.
The drama, yeah.
Exactly.
The excitement, the
Wow.
enthusiasm, the entertainment, that comes
She's
with
excited. She's very excited, isn't she? Well, I can't wait to see this movie. It's not yet out, however. It's out on the 10th of November. That's a couple of weeks away. But now, whose story is this? Did you write this story? Was it your story?
Yep, I wrote the story. The characters are not my story, but I wrote the story. And there's a story behind the story.
Mind telling us what the story behind the story is?
Well, in 2017, life happened. I had a massive family crisis that almost destroyed my life.
Wow.
And then in 2021, my only sister passed away as a result of cancer, unfortunately. And then it got me thinking. I began to reevaluate my own life and also just remember the frailty of life and the fact that we don't have all the time in the world to fulfill our dreams. I've wanted to make movies for years, over 30 years, yeah. And then I decided to
Sorry, can we rewind? You've wanted to make movies for over 30 years since you were 10 or what?
Oh, no, like I'm in my 50s now, so.
So can we rewind again? just a bit further again. Are you in your 50s?
Yes, I am.
Because I would have thought I was older than you.
Aw.
For real?
Yes.
Wow, you've got great genes. I must meet your parents.
Oh,
Wow,
thank you.
That's fantastic.
I give it to God. I give it to God.
Yeah, praise party, everybody. But one other thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that you also executively produced this movie. What's your claim to being an executive producer? Is it like you're rich?
Oh, I wish. And I am. Yes,
Amen.
I will not say no to that.
Amen.
Definitely. I am rich in all things.
Well, in the industry now, what's your claim to that?
So an
position?
executive producer is basically the financier, the person who puts the money down to, make the film and wants a return on investment. In my own case, yes, I'm the executive producer. But beyond that, I'm also the producer.
Nice.
Because this is my project. I visualized it. I hired a team.
It's the
I
first,
put it
your first
together.
project, the first one you're
It is
producing?
my debut.
The debut,
as
wow.
a producer.
Wow, fantastic. Now let's go back 30 years. You said you've been in the industry for 30 years. What was your entrance into Nigerian movie industry?
Okay, so I've not been in the industry for 30 years, but I was in the industry 30 years ago. So in 1993, I featured in a major soap opera, Fortunes, if you were born then.
Come on.
So Fortunes was a major...
They had Ramsey Noah in
big
it.
deal. Exactly. I was actually Gloria. I was Ramsey Noah's girlfriend in that TV show.
Okay, so confession. I was young, people.
Okay.
I was young. I had a big crush on you.
Oh! And your auntie?
We've come full circle here. She's on my show. Here she is. Should I? What should I do now? It's too late already, apparently.
Yeah.
But that's fantastic to finally get to meet you after all these years and to see what you're doing right now with Praise Party. Now, I see that there's, if you know these people, then you definitely have been in the industry for a while. There's Ekpeyong in there, Kepi, and there's also Shola Fosudo. And I see Kunle Remy, who seems to be the rave of the moment, sort of, in current movies. Were you responsible for the casting?
Oh, so I worked with my team. And we did our research and, who's big in the industry, who will be that face that, and who will be appropriate for the role. And so we worked as a team. So I wouldn't say I did it exclusively. Myself, and a team, including the director, and yeah.
Nice. I don't see any TikTokers or influencers for numbers. Why don't you have any? What's your take on that? Because recently we had, was it Kanayo or Kanayo who came out to tell about the fact that infusing the Nigerian Nollywood industry with TikTokers and influencers is spoiling the art. So I'm trying to get everybody's take on what he said because I have my own personal opinion on that one. So what's your opinion?
That's a good idea. I'll consider that for my next movie. If there is an influencer that will add value to my project.
So you think it's okay? You think it's okay?
I think it's okay if that person fits, you know, the project.
If they can
the right
act.
fit.
My opinion is this. I think the quality of expression that influencers bring are different. Very relevant, but they're different. Influencers ham a project. No, not ham a project. Their method is hamming. So they have to over-exaggerate everything. So it might not fall into certain characterizations that you want because they're mostly comedians. They mostly have to overdo it for you to see the expressions that they're putting out there. Unlike the subtle Puritan nature of, say, Ramsey Noah, for instance, or RMD.
Yeah.
You know, this is totally, I see you thinking. You're thinking about it.
That's food for thought.
Yeah, but, so they do bring, I think that they do bring a certain level of awareness to a project, but I also think that it takes away just a little bit from the very pure nature of the craft.
Yep.
If you get me.
Yeah, you make a good point.
I
would say there's a fine balance. If you want some comedy,
yes, perhaps.
there is, people want to laugh. You understand?
Yeah.
Especially with a high rate of depression.
I know, right? Nigeria is happening to everybody.
So if that person is the right fit, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Nice.
But just be sure that you're putting a round peg in a round hole.
Very true.
And I think it's also creating opportunities because, people who are influencers, a lot of them also have perhaps a creative vent or flair,
sure.
and it might be an opportunity for them.
True. Let's get back to Praise Party now. What should I be expecting to see when I go to the movies on the 10th of November?
Whoa! A lot of excitement, tension, suspense, breathtaking experience.
Oh,
yes. It will transport you to another level.
Wow.
Absolutely.
A hint on the storyline. Who is it about? What happened to him? How did he get there?
It's about a family in crisis.
Family in crisis.
Yeah, a man who's a narcissist.
Oh, yeah, a lot of that.
Very abusive of his wife. In Nigeria, we always think of abuse in terms of physical violence, domestic violence.
But it's often mental.
Yep. Somebody may not hit you, but they can ruin you mentally. So there's that subtle, emotional violence. And so it's about a family in crisis. And I will not give you all the details.
No, we'll go see it.
You go to the cinema, but I can assure you that it's going to be whoa.
There's a little flip there when you guys go to the cinemas. I think this is useful. What's that?
Oh, yeah. So this is our flyer. So we're just having, getting contacts from people. So I give that to you.
All right.
So that we can remind you. But yeah.
Nice, beautiful. Thank you for the souvenir as well. This is my souvenir, guys. She brought me a souvenir. Souvenir from Anuli. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Anuli, for coming through. We can't wait for November 10th so we can see Praise Party. I'm sure we're also going to take a look at the review when we're done seeing it here on this show. It's grand having you and fantastic finally getting to meet you.
Thank you very much.
We have a very small game that we're going to play and would like you to be a part of it, so don't go too far. It's nothing serious, no props or anything. It's mental.
Okay, sounds good.
So stick around.
Yeah, thank you.
And stick around yourself because it's bound to be a grand ending to our Friday edition and the end of the week. So stay tuned. Let's help you ring in that weekend. Look what you're doing to me, Anuli. We'll be back.